Welcome to the Lechtich Parsha podcast, where we delve into the Torah's timeless wisdom and uncover uplifting and empowering lessons tailored to the challenges of our generation. Akutin Erev Shabbos, Parshas Bamidbar, Akutin Erev Yontif, Shavuos, Tavshin Pehei Haba Oleinu L'Tova. This week's shir is sponsored anonymously, Leila Nishmas, Eliel Ben Ruvain. Thank you so much to you. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. It means so much. As well, thank you to my dear cousin Reb Zevi Malin and Mishpacha for this week's sponsorship. Leila Nishmas, our grandfather, great-grandfather, little Zaidi, Avram Shmuel ben Reb Zev. May his neshama have an aliyah, may he be a militz yesher for the entire Mishpacha. Thank you to our corporate sponsors, the Azanzaz Law Firm, Bluestone Brokerage, T7 Capital, Wogemuth and Associates. For future sponsorships and dedications, for the weekly Lechtich Parsha publication and podcast, please reach out to 845-367-2959. So we spoke a lot about the upcoming Yontif of Shavuos, Kabbalas Torah. There's a lot to do, a lot to unpack, but I want to share something that happened today. I think it really hits home. I think really it'll give some perspective for all of us. It certainly did for myself. I'm going to be open, transparent, because just the best way to do it. And while I have some things typed up over here, I think they say that Dvarm hayotzim in alev nechnasim al alev. So I'll tell you what happened today. So I am part of an organization called Olami. Olami is an international, amazing, incredible kibbutz organization. So I had a chavrusa with one of my young professionals that I learn with. This was actually two. We had like a little meeting today, and we were talking about the inyan was Shavuos. And he asked me, called me off guard. We weren't supposed to talk about Shavuos. We were supposed to put something else, learn a different sefer. And he just said, Rabbi, you know what? I have a question for you. He's like, tell me how we can make Shavuos relevant for 2025. And this is a guy, he's not wearing a yarmulke. He's not Shomer Shabbos. He puts on tefillin sometimes. But he's basically not religious. And he put me on the spot, and I had to explain to him how Shavuos, Kimu v'Kiblu, how Nasa v'Nishma from thousands of years ago, to make it relevant, to make it soluble, to make it appealing to him and to his other friend who's a little more from than him, but also not wearing yarmulke, not Shomer Shabbos. And the truth is, they say in Gemara, they say when you're in yeshiva, they say, it's a ba'abata kasha, which usually means that it's a bomb kasha, means it's the best kasha because it attacks the core, it attacks the basis of everything, it attacks the fundamental, and when it's such an ABC elementary kasha, we get caught up with raid and lumdus, but when it's an ABC ba'abata kasha and you have to really address that, that's when we're most startled, when we really have to be on guard and make sure we have the proper answer. So when I was on the phone today, and I was asked this question, and these guys are not wearing yarmulkes, and they're like, how do we make Shavuos relevant for us? I had to ask Hashem for a quick prayer, for Siyata D'Shmaya, for something that will be impactful for them. And after I said to them, I think that it's mamish, I think it really captures the essence. And this is what I told them. As we know, all Yom Tovim, the Shlah, the Heilige Shlah Kaddish writes in many places, Shlah, Heilige Shlah, he writes that the Nitzoitzis HaKedusha, the energy that was present, that was available at the time of whatever Yom Tov it was, Purim, Shavuos, Pesach, Sukkot, that energy, that light, that Koyach HaKedusha, that Nitzis HaKedusha, replays itself. It happens all over again, and it's present in the world. Now, this is hard for us to understand because we're eating mics and potato chips, so like, what shaykh is this energy, this kedusha, what shaykh is? But in a ruchnistic way, we can understand that there's a kedusha, that there's the eibishter, that there's something that permeates the entire world on a ruchnistic level. And when it comes to Kabbalas Torah, when we said Nasa v'Nishma, when the Yidden came to that level, Migila Razu, they came to this level, this secret level that the Malachim said, how did you know this secret lashon of Malachim? We can all tap back into that. How do we do that? What's the key? What's the aside? How do we say Nasa v'Nishma? We're going to do and we're going to listen. Without understanding, without hearing the laws, we're just going to jump right in. So the answer is baby steps. The answer is taking something small. And I'm going to tell you something personal, which is what I told them. There was a certain limud I used to do for a long time. And recently, like different transitions in life and whatever, we moved recently, blah, blah, blah. So it kind of dwindled, it kind of fizzled out. And we can all identify, we can all understand what this means. We had things that we used to do, Then we stopped, and they were a little shvach, and we go up and we go down. So for me personally, it was a certain limud that I really enjoyed. It was stimulating, it was every day, it was regiment. And last week, I had to go to this meeting in Pennsylvania, and I was a half hour early. And I was listening to a shir, I think it was from Rabbi Ephraim Waxman, and he was talking about the Hilakite of Shavuos. If you ever heard him, he has a very roaring, powerful, overpowering, like uplifting, real inspiring voice. And he was talking about Kedusha, and how the Yidden came back, and Kimu v'Kibulu, and it's Gevaldik, and we can tap into the service, and it's real. And I got to this parking lot in Pennsylvania, and I made a cheshbon to myself. Like, right now, I have an opportunity. My hava. Okay, so like for the past few months, I let up on that seder, on that limud, but right now, I have a half hour. And I don't know what's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to have the time for it tomorrow, but right now, I have the time. Right now, I have the opportunity to take a baby step. And just being honest, I said, you know what? I can be busy for the next half hour with other things. I can even say some tehillim, but I had a real limud in Gemara that I wanted to do, and I said, you know what, right here in front of this meeting in Pennsylvania, I said, now is the time to be mechazik. Now is the time where Hashem is here, and Shavuos is coming, and the nitzaisis of Kedusha, of whatever happened, we don't have to know, we don't have to understand, but we know it was true. We know we said, Nasam Nishma, and we have that opportunity now and tomorrow and after Shavuos. But the greatest preparation is looking around, looking at ourselves, looking in the mirror, and saying, we're the Am HaNivchar, we were chosen thousands of years ago. And again, we're going to come again on Shavuos this year, and we're going to learn all night, and we're going to show Hashem that we really care. But it's not just about Shavuos night. It's about our lifestyle. It's about ourselves as Avdei Hashem. It's about our commitment to Kadosh Baruch Hu. And with small baby steps, we can make those things happen. Whether it's a Seder, whether it's a Chavrusa, a Limud, a Daf Yomi, an Amud Yom, an Araisa, a few lines, whatever it is, we can all find pockets in our day where it's possible to take something small, and that's how we can say that Shavuos 2025 does mean something. It is real. We can attach ourselves to it. And with an incredible Maisa, there's a Maisa that happened with Reb Chaim Volozhin. There was a Bacher that wanted to go learn in Volozhin. And he packed his bags, he was a young Bacher, and he took a hara by Reb Chaim Volozhin. He wasn't in yeshiva for a bunch of years. And he said, you know what, Hashem is going to give me siyata d'shmaya, that if I really want to get into the yeshiva, say, Poischim Pesach Shamachat, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Eftach Pishal Ulmas, you open up a needle's opening, and Hashem opens up a psicha shalamas of Veltach, of worlds. So his Baruch said, I'm determined, I'm going to go to Volozhin, and Hashem's going to help me. I don't really know how to learn, but it's going to work out. He took a faher, and Reb Chaim Volozhin saw the fire burning in this Bacher. And he said, okay. He said, you're not the world's biggest Baal Kishrin, you're not a big Lamdin, you're not a big Talmid Chacham, you're a young little kid, but I see you're ambitious, I see you have she'ifas, come sit by me. He was a 13-year-old Bacher. He sends a telegram back to his mother and father. He says, Ma, Tati, he said, I'm so excited to let you know, I got in to Yeshiva's Volozhin. I'm going to be with Reb Chaim Volozhin for the next bunch of years. And they wrote a telegram back, we're so excited, etc. Years went by. I think it was 7-8 years until he's holding by dating and to get married. And he went to go say goodbye to Reb Chaim Volozhin. And he grew to be a tremendous Talmid Chacham and Yerush Shamayim, and he was already 21 years old. And Reb Chaim Volozhin says, before you go, we have to sit down. So he says, okay, let's sit down. He thought he was going to get some type of chassan shmuz, or the next step of the journey, the next leg of life, some wisdom to impart before he goes. Reb Chaim Volozhin says, come here, look at my drawer. Opens up his drawer. Inside there are 3 letters, 3 telegrams. Hear this, Maisa? There are 3 letters inside. And his Bacher is so curious. What is it? Chaim Volozhin opens up the first letter. And he shows this Bacher the letter. And it was a telegram from his mother 7 years ago. And the telegram said, my dear Yitzi, he said, you can't imagine what happened back in town, wherever it was in Europe. He said, Parnas is not going well. Tati's sick. And there's so many kids in the house and I'm not managing. Please come home. Next letter. 2 years later. Yitzi, it's already been 2 years since we've been in touch. He said, I don't know if you heard what happened. Tati was nifter. He said, there's no parnasa. He said, all the kids are struggling. We can't put food on the table. Forget about Shabbos. We can't put bread. Basics, butter, milk. We don't have it. He went on to the next letter. the final letter, a letter 2 years later. It said, "My dear Yitzhak," he said, "it's been 6 years since I spoke to you. I hope you're doing amazing, and I'm sure you're a budding, if not complete Talmid Chacham at this point, sitting under the tutelage of Reb Chaim Volozhiner." He said, "You're not going to believe what happened," his mother wrote. He said, "Like I told you a few years ago, Tati died." He said, "The house is falling apart, was falling apart then." He said, "But just recently a fire came and set the entire city on fire. There's nothing left. We don't have a house to house all of the children. We have nothing. I'm begging you, please speak to the Rosh Yeshiva. Please come home." And it was 2 years later now, at the point when Reb Chaim Volozhiner was showing him these letters. This bacher is crying. He just found out he lost his father. He just found out that his family is falling apart, that there's no parnasa, that his mother's not being taken care of. It was tremendously emotional. It was like an emotional explosion. And he looks at the great Rosh Yeshiva, Reb Chaim Volozhiner, and he says, "I don't understand. Like, it's one thing you wanted to keep these away from me so that I should be shasul b'veis Hashem. I should become masmid. I shouldn't be distracted with these tirdas, and I should just stay in yeshiva and plug away." He said, "I just don't understand. Why on earth are you showing these letters to me now? Why do you want me to bear that guilt and pain that my mother needed me all these years, and that my father passed away, and she needed me to help her? So how do you think I feel about it now? You're a big tzaddik, you're a Talmid Chacham, you're a Rosh Yeshiva. You're not hurting my feelings. So what do you want from me? I don't understand." And Reb Chaim Volozhiner took a look at this bacher, and he said, "As you go on to the next step of your life, of your journey, and Mitzvah Hashem, you're going to find your Zivug Hagan," he said, "the greatest lesson that I can tell you, after all the learning that you've accomplished over here, and the Talmid Chacham, and the Lamdan, and the Balkish, and everything that you have accomplished over here, Me'al Kulam, above everything, the biggest, most important Yisoid are these 3 letters. The yetzer hara, the Satan, will do anything. He'll make your father sick. He'll show you that your mother's in pain. All your siblings, they're going to be scrambling for bread, for water." He said he even killed your father. And he said, lastly, that wasn't enough. He burnt your entire city just so that he should try to chap you, to get you away from a Black Gemara, to get you away from a Kadosh Baruch Hu, to forget about it all. And yes, for important good things, keep it out of aim and all that. But look how far and how strong the yetzer hara is willing to fight against the Torah. And it's our job in 2025. We all have busy schedules, and we're fathers and husbands. But at the same time, it's all atzas yetzer. Yes, we have jobs, and we have bosses, and we have wives and kids and parnasa to make, and families to sustain. But we can all take an honest look in the mirror. I'm not here to give mussar, I'm talking to myself, but this is just azay the maisa. We can all take an honest look in the mirror. Are there not 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day that we can stash away? Be makdish Shem to Hashem. Say nasa v'nishma. Say I realize that the Torah is emes. Moshe emes v'sor say emes. The Talmud Torah keneged kulam. The Torah is the most important chashav zak in the entire world. It's misukim in the vash v'noifes tzufim. It's sweeter than all the honeycombs and all the goodness. We come in Mitzvah Shem to the Shavuos with this hakara that the Torah is everything. The Torah is our bedrock, and realize how strong and how hard the Sultan is going to fight just to do the opposite, just to be misnaged, to push us away. May we all have the fortitude and the recognition that the Eibush is real, the Torah is real, Shavuos in 2025 is real, and any Kabbalah, any step that we take towards that, towards making that a reality, bringing that to fruition, brings tremendous nachas ruach to Kadosh Baruch Hu. And with our collective steps in the right direction, we come to Shavuos and say, yes, Hashem, I realize that it's real. I realize it's not a joke. I realize that Torah is real. I realize my Yiddishkeit is real. I realize that there's a lot of important things to do. And I realize that Satan is going to push me back so hard. But I'm in it for you. I love you. And as David HaMelech writes, David HaMelech's yahrzeit is on Shavuos, Kirves Alekim Li Tov. All I want, all I cleave for, all I desire is closeness, non-kite closeness, connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. May it be all these zeicha to that. And in turn, may Hashem give us bracha v'atzlacha and an emes HaKabbalah Torah. I thank each and every one of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.